Well, it has been a bit of a rainy week in Victoria, and here come our skaters.
Of course, it was beautiful before we got here.
And it's beautiful as we leave. It's always beautiful in Victoria. Here come the skaters for the finale. How much fun was this gala? You know, we get to see this all the time, and this one was really refreshing, I thought. New, we saw some new faces, some new numbers, tinged with a lot of excitement, and I think anticipation.
Well, I think with last year's Olympic champions moving on, most of them, we got to see some of the bright new faces of the future. And this was quite an impressive parade of champions. The high level of the exhibition numbers. You know, these skaters have been really working hard to get their competitive programs like on track for this early in the season. Well, they were able to raise the level of their show numbers as well. It was quite a delightful afternoon of skating.
And I can't wait for this season and the next 3.5 years leading up to Vancouver. Let's go down to the Kiss and Cry area and join Jamie and David for their final thoughts.
Hi, everybody. We just want to say that we're so happy again to be here with all of you guys, Tracy and Rod, CTV. And you know what? It's been a great week of skating. We've seen some huge potential here with the skating that we've seen all week from the pairs. And we have pairs, men, ladies dance, everybody. We have 2 Canadian gold medals here. It's awesome.
It was a privilege to watch these wonderful athletes execute their craft in front of our eyes. So thank you.
Well said to both of you. This week was all about timing and also all about skates. Good skates, bad skates, and Mira Young skates that could use a bit of a makeover. Bad timing for Stéphane Lambiel, the world champion, who could have used any skates. His didn't make it to Victoria, and when they did, he had to practice by himself. And then he had an awful skate in the short program. He fell way back. In the free skate, a little bit better. But then he took off his costume, went in the crowd, and felt, okay, I'm just going to be a spectator. And he watched. And then he watched. And then he watched again. And then when the last competitor fell, he realized he had won and had to go down, put his costume on, and get his gold medal. Good timing for Joanny Rochette, who also played comeback. 5th to 1st. And yes, the Rochette rocket has been launched to gold. But nothing flew higher this week than the Chinese pairs team of Zhang and Zhang. Look at the right side of your screen. Next time she skates, she's going to need a parachute. An emotional week for Elizabeth Putnam and Sean Wirtz. Sean's uncle Paul passed away this summer. Liz's dad Larry died suddenly a month ago, and despite their losses, this team gained strength from each other. And even though they skate as a pair, this week they knew they skated as 4. But the story of the week to me was Vaughn Shapiro, who wasn't supposed to skate here. A last-minute sub who soared. He wasn't intimidated one bit skating with the big boys. He had stitches in his arm and kept his coach in stitches backstage. And in the end, he showed us that if life is all about timing, it couldn't have been more perfect for Vaughn in Victoria. a season has begun in Canada, and I would say, Tracy Wilson, it begins with a bang. For all these great skating fans in Victoria and all of you watching across the country, for Tracy Wilson, Jamie Salé, and David Pelche, this is Rod Black. Good night, everyone, from Vancouver Island in the 2006 HomeSense Skate Canada International.